Okay, class, so I'm going to take a couple minutes, go through and do a few problems in your homework. Make sure you're set up and you know what you need to be doing. So if you had any questions or if you just want to check, if you need some extra info, let's take a look at this. So starting at number 2. Okay, so remember, we're not going to focus on the whole thing, but instead a small chunk at a time. So 21 subtracted from a number is negative 46. Find the number. So 21. So we're going to write down 21. Subtracted from. So remember, subtracted from was one of those things that we needed to not only subtract, but change the order. So we're going to put that subtraction sign in front. A number. Okay, so we have a number. A number is going to be a variable. Is our equal sign, right? So right here we're putting our equal sign, negative 46, right? So our equation is x minus 21 equals negative 46. It then asks us to find the number. Okay, so to find the number, we're going to solve. So we'll add 21 to each side. And we'll get negative 25. Number 3, 4/3 of a number is equal to 1/2. So 4/3, so we're gonna write 4/3 of a number. So that's multiplication. So we're gonna multiply times a number, right? But remember, most of the time multiplication will take care of itself. So if I just put a number, right, that's sitting next to each other already tells me multiplication is equal to, so there's my equal to, and then we just have 1/2. So 1/2 is just going to be 1/2. So our equation is going to be 4/3 x equals 1/2. Okay, and then to solve this, we'll just undo multiplying by 4/3 by dividing by 4/3. You could do this in 2 separate steps. You could multiply by the reciprocal. Either way, if we do 1/2 divided by 4/3, we will get 3/8. And we will get x equals 3/8. Now, number 4 says 8 minus 2 times the number. Minus is not a reason to change the order. So here you should not be changing the order. Okay, number 5 says 11. So we're going to write down 11. Less than. So less than is subtraction, but it's also a reason to change the order. So my subtraction is going to go in front. 3 times a number, right? So 3x is, so my is equals 85. Okay, so for my equation, I'm going to have 3x minus 11 equals 85. And then to solve this right now, it's just a 2-step, so I'll add 11 to each side. 3x equals 96. We'll undo multiplication with division. Oops, 32. So x equals 32. Okay, so 1 and 4, you're kind of on your own. Number 6. Okay, so number 6 says 3 times the quantity. So remember, times we're holding on to in our head because multiplication normally takes care of itself. So 3 times the quantity. The quantity tells us to use parentheses, right? And parentheses are a way that we write multiplication. So we don't need to fill anything else there for multiplication. 4, so we have 4 less than. Remember, less than tells us to flip the order. So I want this to be a minus 4. A number, so number I can pick any variable I want, is equal to, so there's my equal sign, 24. Okay, so here we're going to distribute to solve. Oh, our equation, right? 3 times x minus 4 equals 24. So when we distribute, we'll have 3x minus 12 equals 24. We'll undo subtraction with addition. So now we'll have 3x equals 36. And then we'll undo multiplication with division. We'll have x equals 12. Number 8, the product. So product is multiplication, so we're going to hold on to that in our head. Of a number, so for a number I'm going to put a variable, and 5. So I want to multiply 5 in a number. So the best way to multiply 5 in a number is just to write them next to each other. And that takes care of my multiplication. Is equal to, right? So is equal to is my equal sign. The same number. Okay, so the same number says to use that same variable, not a number we read in that problem, but that same variable we picked, increased by 8. Okay, so our equation is 5x equals x plus 8. Okay, if we want to solve this, our variables are on opposite sides of the equal sign, so we'll have to get it together with the opposite sign. So if this was a positive x, I'm going to subtract x. So that's really a 1x. So 5x minus 1x is 4x. And then we'll undo multiplication with division. And we will get x equals 2. Okay, so that just leaves you with a few to do on your own. Otherwise, we'll be checking these in class tomorrow.